Hello everybody. I wanted to shoot a quick video on my Landrace, or arguably I'd prefer to say in this case feral, tomatoes. Landrace is the concept of dropping off lots of agriculture in my area, if it wasn't obvious. Guy driving by on a beautiful old utility tractor, but to respect his privacy I won't film. So I'll continue this as soon as he's a little further away. Alright, he's starting to get quieter. Hopefully y'all heard most of that, but I'm going to start over. The difference in why I would call my tomatoes feral rather than landrace is they're very similar. I should go over the concept of landrace first. Landrace is when you plant a bunch of things and you don't take care of them. You plant them exactly as you would give them the bare minimum and let them just do their thing, which, I mean, you can see I do an awful lot of that. You know, my food forest is more weed than it is garden right now, but hey, we'll rein it in over the years. It is only year 2. So, you know, everything's pretty crazy. No doubt. But all of last year, maybe 50 feet away to what would be this video's right, I grew tomatoes in the typical way that I was raised to grow them. Put them in tilled soil, grow them up through a tomato cage. But every time I would have a bad one, like so, you know, this, we got a heavy rain, this tomato split. Nobody in my house would really eat that unless they were starving. There's even a little bug in there. So anytime I got a tomato like this, I just threw it out into my food forest. Let something in my food forest consume those nutrients. And from these bad tomatoes, I got this volunteer, and a bunch of volunteers over that way, and a bunch of volunteers over that way. And I just picked the ones over that way already, and I got that in 3 days since my last picking. So anytime I get little ones like this, I go, you know, this one just happened to pop up. Again, I didn't plant these, I just threw rotten tomatoes everywhere. Next to my peace garden apple. This one, I'm just gonna throw, how about, there looks good. That's the base of the hugel mound I have my cactus on, and there's some comfrey, and there's a pluot and a pluary, and yep, landed a little further away than I meant to, but I'm not left-handed, and that was a left-handed throw. So not too bad. But that's how I got these. Now, I would call these feral rather than landrace because I'm specifically selecting, through this method, failures. Blossom end rot. Crack. This one is good enough, we'll keep. But truly landrace, you should be keeping all of them on your first year, but then selecting for your good ones. So you start training it into a improved variety that suits your area to its highest ideal. I am creating just the worst of everything that grows here. Yes, it survived, but it's producing the lowest quality fruit, and I'm just throwing them out here. So my tomatoes out here aren't what I would call landrace. They are what I would call feral. They are just slowly becoming wild again, which is fine by me. I'm still getting yields, and I'm still growing regular tomatoes the way I grew up. There's a cactus stuck in the middle there. There's that thyme I planted in one of my first shorts. And I stopped here specifically to film this because I thought it was hilarious. When I was filming over there, see if I can zoom in, I threw one and it got caught in the top of that thistle, just hanging out. So you get the idea. My tomatoes are completely feral. They're probably GMO varieties. They're probably hybrid varieties. I probably could get sued for some of the things that are in their DNA, but I'm not selecting them in any way, shape, or form. So you could definitely do what I'm doing better. Sorry, I stopped walking towards the next area. Okay, there's the base. There's an asparagus growing up through here, and I didn't see where the base was, and I didn't want to snap them off. I'm just going to go this way. Here we have a beautiful sea berry, beautiful sea kale. Oh, my apologies, everyone. I'm about to sneeze. Oh, sorry about that. But as I walk through, There's my first attempt at growing yacon. It's about as tall as my knee in not February, this is August, so it's not going to be the most ideal yacon ever, I suspect, but it is growing, and hopefully I'll have some propagations for next year. Keep walking this way. There's some squash I planted, you know, usual garden walk for me. But I've kept you all on the line because I'm trying to get to where the majority of my tomatoes came up this year for whatever reason. Here's one of the spots I harvested a bunch of tomatoes from. I've got bee balm, comfrey, still a potato there. Back over here, all those yellow flowers are tomato flowers. I've got no idea what this stuff is. Got no idea how it got here. I don't know if this was compost or if I threw them out here. They're all weird shapes and sizes. Let's stop here. That one's already gone rotten. So it's just gonna go to the base of that asparagus right over there. Just feed it to other things. Right here, this one's got a couple bad spots, but I'll probably keep it. The other one's good. Going back in. I have no idea what these are, I'd like to repeat. These are weird. The last ones were obviously pear. These ones are long and oblong, but they don't have a neck like a pear. So God only knows what they are. Let's see, right in here, trying to make sure I don't step on anything that I care about. Because right around here, I know I planted, here it is, my motherwort, which is self-seeding all around here. So there's more motherwort going to come up, but I didn't want to trample it if it wasn't through its life cycle. There's my chamomile. Now that I'm over here, again, who knows what these things are? Once they start to blush, you can pick them. The idea of vine-ripened tomatoes is a marketing thing. I'm told that scientifically they have all of the vitamins and nutrients they're going to get by the time they change color. So you can pick your tomatoes sooner than you might think. Just let them ripen indoors and let the plant focus on the next steps. I could probably pick most of these, but I'll only pick some right now. Just keep diving through and grabbing what's convenient, but these huge, huge, huge flushes of fruit. Like I said, these could be GMO. These could be all sorts of things. These could have come off a sandwich or a burger from Burger King for all I know. And I just, oh, 1 second, my folks are calling for me. All right, yep, my mom's on the way to come join us. She probably won't join in the video, but, you know, we're just slowly collecting this mountain of them. This weird stuff is roots. Tomatoes will root anywhere that they think they're touching ground. And in some cases out here they are. Oh. Of course, growing this way causes you to have a lot of stuff difficult to harvest. But just keep reaching around. Use your fingers for what they're made to do. Just keep picking. So who knows what these things are, what variety these things are. They could have been something that I picked. They could have been something that volunteered. Yep, so they're all just a mix up of all sorts of different things. Just kind of going feral out in the food forest. But anytime I get a bad one, I just throw it way out here somewhere. Oh, I know you probably can't even see what I'm fishing out here, but let me switch hands. Yep, big bowl of them. So there you go. That's sort of the difference, I would say, between Landrace and feral. These I would call feral. I'm not selecting anything or improving anything, but I'm still getting a lot of yields for free. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video, and have a great day. Goodbye, everybody.